For this fight, needless to say, strikers will be your best friends. Here is the team I am running with for this video. Hi guys, welcome back to another counterside video. Today we're going to talk about Danger Close Moderator Type B. If you don't have dupes of SSR units built or have a large arsenal of gear sets like me, this might probably be the right video for you. During our last run with Type A and Type B, I have spent most of my built units and ship on Type A. This round, however, I am changing it up and trying to go hard for Type B. I will be using units that are as free-to-play or almost free-to-play friendly as possible and giving you alternatives on what other units you can use to still score at least 8k. So grab a coffee, sit back, relax, and let's go. So if you are not sure of the mechanics of the boss, I will link the previous video on Type B right here. But if you just like my TLDR on it this cycle, Type B's main difference in mechanics this week is the minus 75% ground unit speed and the buffs to Delta 7 faction. The debuff is what made me do this guide for you guys because the first part of the fight is really different compared to the previous cycle. So let's jump straight into the unit recommendations. For this fight, needless to say, strikers will be your best friends. Here is the team I am running with for this video. The key units you should have are Jake Walker, which is your core DPS, Lin Xian, your DP battery, Evelyn, your main healer. Notice that Awakened Yumina is not considered a key unit because although she does a decent amount of damage, however, Jake with the buff is just the better option. And you can see it right here. Once you've set the 3 key units in, the remaining 5 units serve 2 purposes only. 1. Tank hits to protect Jake. 2. Buff or debuff that can boost your damage. The support units I use for this video are Zwei, the best cost-efficient body blockers ever, Cindy Looper, 2 cost cheap body that also have a little self-sustain with a special skill, Roy Burnett for defense down on boss, Chief Fuyu also for defense down on boss and a little bit of DPS. Awakened Yumina is just for experimentation purposes, like seriously. Although the boss hits pretty much like a truck and sending people off to another world, it only has 1 valid hit. So throwing Zwei and Cindy Looper in front will do the job. Evelyn is there to heal and keep the front line alive as much as possible, allowing Jake to put in the DPS. As for recommended gears, to be very honest, the best set of gear for Jake would be attack speed or any of your best DPS gears. His entire kit is designed to shoot off after his ultimate, increasing his attack speed further. Other than that, a cooldown reduction set for Lin Xian for faster deployment resource charging. And that's about it, because my other units are just using simple HP evasion gear to stay alive. Speaking of which, if you want to keep me alive longer for the next guide on Nervier this week, do remember to subscribe if you haven't so YouTube can do its job and let you know when it's out. Moving on to the strategy, here are the key moments of the fight. You can pause the video or come back to this when you need to because you can find the timestamps in the description below. The biggest difference in this cycle's boss fight is that you need to think about who to deploy first for the long, dreaded crawl towards the boss while it takes pot shots at you. Outside of that, you want to time your ults to cancel the boss's ultimate charge when it triggers at 217, and once it has been cast or cancelled, he will enter phase 2. Making his way to the middle. You can try to cancel his beam once more at 132, but it's really optional at this point. If most of your units are alive and you're constantly deploying units when possible, you should be able to cancel the second beat without problem. If you do fail at this, you can try to hold your ults until just slightly before it begins casting. Finally, let's go through the way I used to get my Jake to the boss and keeping Lin Xian alive to use her ultimate before she dies. As always, if you have any questions on alternatives or if you just can't beat the boss, do leave it in the comment section below. I will answer them to the best of my abilities. This is the sequence in which I deployed them. You want to always drop the sacrifices first so they can tank as many shots from the boss as possible. Due to level and gear, this sequence may vary for you, but always remember the main focus here is to keep Jake and Vincent alive as top priority. As you can see, I have redeployed my twins in order to let them slowly move back to the tank and front lines again rather than dropping Awakened Mina for damage. Even Chifuyu is used as a sandbag in this fight. Once you get past the first phase, everything from there is more of a DPS check again. I deliberately did not use my best gears and time my ults too properly so I can show you that it is also possible for you to break 8k score. And as of this video, I managed to land 8,618 score. I'm at rank 19! And that's it for this guide on Moderator Type B this week. Until the next video for Nervier, good luck and bye!